What it do, it's you know who. My name is PwnZone, and today I'm bringing you a brand new episode of the PwnZone. This is going to be the very first Call of Duty Ghosts PwnZone, and many more will be coming up in the future. Every Sunday, catch a brand new episode of the PwnZone. I originally started this series for Black Ops 2, and I've decided to keep on running it through for Call of Duty Ghosts. Every Sunday I featured a new episode, a new gameplay commentary. Oh, I just fell off the map. That was fail. So anyways, I wanted to bring you guys this episode. I originally started it as trying to give you guys a new tip every video, and I did manage to get in some tips every now and then. And this very first video, this is a gameplay of Call of Duty Ghosts that I had. This might have been like my third or fourth game. It was relatively early on in Ghosts. I've played now a total of about 6 or 7 hours of multiplayer, and I've learned a few things that benefit rushers. I don't know what I was shooting in. I thought maybe it was like a tac insert or like an explosive device, and then I go and I figure it out that it's just part of the map. It's part of the map design. So see, look, just part of the map. So let me give you guys let me drop some knowledge on y'all that like to rush and play aggressive, because this game could be very tough for somebody that likes to push the action and play aggressively if you don't know how to do it well. This game, the bullet damage is so high that campers have the edge, because as soon as they see you, you're dead. Like, you don't really have time to react to their bullets. You have to get the drop on the enemy. So let me go with some perks. Let me start off with a couple perks that I really like in this game, and the first perk I want to talk about is Reflex. I don't know how many of you play this game or not, but Reflex, I'm not using it in this particular gameplay, but I just discovered it. Reflex lets you swap your weapons quicker and use your equipment quicker. So, in other words, you just do everything a little bit faster, and when you're moving full pace, when you're moving some serious speed, you want to be able to switch weapons quicker. You just want to be able to do things faster while you're on the move, because that's just it. You're on the move. You want to be able to do things faster. So Reflex is pretty much a must for people that like to move a lot. Now let me get up with my gun. The gun that I like to use most, and I just discovered it last night thanks to ZCS Man, is the Vepr. The Vepr with a silencer, and I first mocked him for using grip because the definition of the gun says that it has low recoil. Super high ammo capacity with low recoil but low damage. Well, the damage in this game is already through the roof, so the damage doesn't really matter too much. But the gun itself, I added grip to it, and it made a difference tenfold. If you want to play aggressively, oh, I almost got caught throwing a grenade right there. Best Vendetta! I just saved my doggy. No, I didn't save him. I revenge killed the guy that killed him. That's what I meant to say. Back to the gun. The Vepr with a silencer and a grip. I recommend you try that class if you want to try to do well moving. It's a pretty good close quarter range gun. It's pretty decent at medium range. It pretty much sucks at long range, but you won't get that many long range confrontations if you move aggressively and you move smart. So now let me get on to another perk besides Reflex. I like to use steady aim on my Vepr. I don't know if it's necessary, but I've come to determine that you have to be the first person to land bullets or you're gonna die about 95% of the time. So what I like to do is I like to start shooting off my hip fire, and then I'll bring my sights up if necessary, if it's too long a distance or my bullets are starting to spread. So steady aim will help with that. And obviously the rushers perks, you could use marathon or whatever you want to use to aid, and like you can do the 1 point perk, the very first perk in the movement category, which is the top perk category. I forget what it's called, but it's maybe ready up, where you get your gun ready quicker after sprinting. I use that as well. Everything that I can come to my advantage, because I move a lot, so I need to be able to get my gun up and shoot as quick as possible. So ready up, Reflex, And I like steady aim on my SMG class. It's not always necessary, but it's good for landing those first few bullets that are needing to be hitting the enemy, so this way you can get the kill first. And then another thing I like to run is dead silence, just because footsteps in this game are so loud. So loud. They are off the chart, unbelievably loud. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I gave off the grid. I've tried it for an extended period of time just because I wanted to see the difference in being off radar versus not being off radar, and to be honest, there's not really that much difference. I don't think people use the UAVs as much as they should, or if they are using them, they're not quite using them to the extent they could. They don't quite understand how to truly use them. So off the grid really isn't that big of a deal. Some people will say use amplify, but I don't really use amplify because the footsteps in this game are already ridiculously loud. And those are pretty much my tips for this game so far. Is, you know, I gave you some suggestions for perks, gave you some suggestions. Well, actually, I gave you a suggestion for a gun. If you don't want to use the Vepr, the other gun I've been using quite a bit is I think it's called the IAD-2. It's a semi-automatic gun. It works pretty well. I think it has higher damage than the MR28, which I think is the very first semi-auto gun, and it does more damage and it only shoots slightly slower. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take a few tips, try them out in the game. Let me know how things go. Adios, peace.